I wanted to get around to this, and it's just an update of what direction these companies and how desperate a lot of them are, right? I do believe that I'm not as far as to say that the pendulum is swinging back. Not quite ready to say that yet. I do think it has slowed down, okay, in the way that it was going in comparison to what it had been before. So what I love about this is that what you're going to see is it's obviously very, very easy to sit there and point that shit out. Where mega corporate entities that are in charge or utilizing, let's say, entertainment assets that have fans, that have supporters, that have people that value it, they are going to resort to what they have relied upon before. And that's trying to speak something into existence or pretend that that negative reaction isn't there. We've seen this in the comic book space many of times, where you have people that are creatives in the space, the businesses themselves acting like there's a fire going on behind them, and they're saying it is a mostly peaceful protest. All is good. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Because they look at it like, if we can just put people under the perception, they just perceive that things are better than what they actually are, then what they can do is get a normie's attention that will say, oh, so it's not so bad. Our man Disparu, you've seen Disparu do a lot of stuff. He does a lot of stuff with the Gaming with Geeks team. His channel has grown a lot because he's been doing some really investigative work regarding this Lord of the Rings of Power bullshit. So he noted and showed the receipts, and you can see the video there, that the video had at one point 82,000 comments. And then, the video had over 82,000 comments, which he says he details in the video. The screenshot was from about a week ago when the trailer had 300,000 less views. He then shares a look at what the total comments look like as of recording the video. And it's no longer above 82,000. Instead, the total comments now sit at 59,000. And this is just teaser trailer. So they're looking at it like, okay, guys, and I've seen this happen. There's been people that we've had debates with that have their own channels that also participate in such behavior where they're like, I will fucking block and I will delete every fucking negative comment that I get, so I can live in this bubble that highlights how good everything is. But you can't really run away from the truth, and people pick up on that, like our man Disparu did. What Amazon is doing here is attempting to make it seem as if there isn't as bad of a backlash as there actually is. So on net, so you have to think about it, the new comments, right, that they have there, and versus the, so they're not only deleting, because every day there's going to be people commenting on it. So they're not only deleting stuff that has happened, but they have to be going at such a rapid pace that they're deleting some of the shit that's new. Now you could call it damage control, yes, but they're being found. And a big shout out to Disparu for at least highlighting what it is that we're seeing. This is a tactic that so many people of the mega corporate entities, they've done it before, but they're going to do it again. I think now it's just less likely to get away with it. I think with the Tolkien stuff, you're dealing with a far more sophisticated crowd that has a less tolerance for a lot of the bullshit that I've been screaming about regarding Marvel and DC Comics. Again, I don't know what the end game is going to look like, but I can say that I don't think they were expecting the backlash it was that they had got. But it happened nonetheless. They can try to erase it, try to make it seem as if it's all good. How many times have you seen? Definitely with some of these like streaming services, right? Hey, everything's all good. And then we go and see like You know, because the data is not always available, but the data that is available generally for a lot of this stuff, we see that, oh, nobody watched that shit, right? HBO, that Bomani Jones, I think he left ESPN to go to HBO, and he has some show that nobody's fucking watching, right? Like, the mega corporate entities, yeah, they're all in or appealing to an audience that they think exists that doesn't, because they've been convinced as such, probably by people that have just got out of college that start working for them, and now they hold positions of power as liaisons, and they're telling the VPs and the CEOs and the people that actually fund this dumb shit and look at the bottom line that this is the direction that people want to go, and it's not. And they're only a few more failures away from having to pivot or go down with a ship, because alternatives are coming. Whether they wanted to come or not, they're on the way. But what they can't do is try to speak a world into existence where everybody it's all is good. You see it with the comic book stuff. Hey, comic book sales are doing great, right? And then you find out and you look into the numbers in more detail. Well, those comics that they're using to try to act as if nothing's going on with the American comic book industry is manga. The sales that are boosting the genre, if you will, is from fucking Japan. It ain't from y'all. We've reported on certain stores that kept with these numbers, and they're seeing a 20% decrease for Marvel related stuff, 10 or so, 15% decrease with DC. So you can try to make it seem like all is good and use the smoke and mirrors, but the truth is the truth. It's so many people, and it's a beautiful thing. So many people are starting to become more aware and privy to that. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.